Hey guys, Ash Lane here. How are you doing today? I hope you're ready for a little Clash of Clans talk. We're going to be talking update with Tait from Saturday Night Hive podcast host, and Joy, a co-leader in Red Elite, my clan. She has a Town Hall 8, 9, and 10 account. I figured she could add a lot to the conversation. I asked Tait to join the conversation. He's a max Town Hall 10 and obviously one Hive, very competitive war clan, so I think they both bring a great perspective to the table to talk Town Hall 11 update. And the main thesis of this conversation, what the point that I really want to ask people, see what you guys think, is does it make sense rushing to Town Hall 11? So we talk about that, we talk about ClashCon, we talk about a lot of other stuff, update speculation, some new stuff, some old stuff, but we cover a variety of topics over the next hour, so sit back, relax, grab a beer, grab a coffee, grab a tea, whatever you drink, and enjoy the Clash Talk, guys.
All right, and live from Clash of Clans, this is a impromptu, awesome 25th episode of Saturday Night Hive with Ash and with Joy. And we got a lot of awesome things to talk about, but Ash has already been on a couple times. So Joy, if you can give us a little info about how you started clashing, or how you started gaming, first of all, and then how you got into Clash and how you got into Red Elite. I think a lot of people would be really interested to hear about that.
Oh boy. Started playing Clash all thanks to my son. He ended up downloading the game, and I had no clue about it until about 3 weeks later. So,
nice.
Yeah, he ended up typing in the name, and I sat with him, started playing, and kind of just went on from there.
So you didn't see the commercials or anything? You just kind of played because your son played?
Yeah, exactly. He kind of just downloaded it on my iPad and started typing in names and started making true.
Did he choose Joy, or is that a rename?
That's a rename.
Okay.
Actually, he did kind of choose Joy. He wrote Joy, and then right after that, he ended up writing a whole bunch of letters. I just kind of stuck with Joy because everyone's been calling me that. So
nice.
Did you play any games growing up or anything? Was this your first game?
First game on the phone.
Well, I mean,
kind of speak.
A lot of people, even if they weren't gamers, had some sort of competitive aspect to them. Because I think people that play Clash, generally speaking, kind of like the competitive aspect of life. So did you do anything competitively before Clash?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I am surprised also. You were literally the first person. Yeah.
Yeah, Joy is definitely one of our more hardcore war people in our entire alliance. She has 3 accounts, and she's being pretty humble right now, but she's one of our best attackers. So I'm surprised you don't have a big hardcore gaming background.
No, not at all.
Even I mean, like, were you like a competitive runner, or I've even had competitive cheerleaders on before who talked about, I mean, like, anything?
I mean, I did sports and stuff growing up, and dance especially, but nothing that I really stuck with. I mean, over the years, I haven't really done anything, so.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
Stay-at-home mom.
Good for you.
Nice. Well, you're doing a great job at helping to make our clan and our whole alliance run smoothly, so I'm glad we could have a chance to chat with you. No, it's a pleasure to chat with you and introduce you. And you have like a cult following of people on my YouTube channel who have seen all your attacks with your baby heroes.
I try to read some of them.
Yeah, I know. I see you commenting. So I think people will really love to hear from you today.
Yeah, Joy, how'd you get into Red Elite?
I was actually in a clan before Red Elite, and Ash came over to record some of our 3-star attacks. And there was
So you were a superstar back then?
I guess so. About what, 2 months ago? Yeah.
No, it was longer than that. No.
Okay.
Time flies.
No, maybe about 2.5 months.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've been in Red Elite now for about 2 months.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that. Yeah. So I visited her old clan, to record one of her attacks, and that's how we met.
Yeah. Got a message online from a former member saying that you wanted me in for war, and that was about it. I stuck around.
Sweet.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
it was really cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to chat with you guys a lot about Town Hall 11 because I
Oh
think
boy.
that like that's what I contacted Tait and I was like, dude, we got to talk Town Hall 11, and he was happy enough to to help host this, and I was like, I have the perfect person to come on, Joy, because she has the 3 accounts. Tait being almost 99% max Town Hall 10, myself as well. I thought we would what I really wanted to cover, the big question today is hypothetically the new hero is going to be Town Hall 11 only. So
Mm-hmm.
because the hero is Town Hall 11 only, would there be any reason not to upgrade all the way to Town Hall 11 just to unlock the new hero? And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. So we'll hop into that. But I'm curious to both of you. I'm curious for both of you guys what you guys thought of the Town Hall 11 update announcement.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll
Tate,
jump
go
in
ahead.
first. Yeah. I wasn't sure what I was expecting from ClashCon. I figured it was going to be something that affected everyone. So to me, the kind of downside to the Town Hall 11 announcement is that only a small percentage of people are actually Town Hall 10, and even fewer max Town Hall 10. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing like less than 5% of people are max Town Hall 10, probably less than 1% even are max Town Hall 10. And so to me, it was kind of disappointing. I mean, I understand it's an awesome new content, and it always brings me back to my World of Warcraft days when I think about whenever they release new high-end content, it's really exciting to the really hardcore high-end player. But I wonder what the vast majority of people think about when they see that. Are they disappointed? Do they not care? Is it just something thrown against the wall that it doesn't matter to them? I do wonder. And at the same time, that instantly makes me also think about how Blizzard used to do it, which was they would decrease all the time and cost and everything that was associated with getting up close to that level. So is Supercell going to be decreasing the cost and the time for the upgrades that requires to get close to Town Hall 10? Because currently, even at farming at a really high level, like I'm not saying I'm like a hardcore farmer, but I'm pretty hardcore. I'm very close to 2 billion gold grab and elixir
Wow,
escapade.
impressive.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm right there. Like I'm 30 million away on each. I'm gonna get there this week. Most people aren't going to get there in 2 years. And so are they trying, do you guys think they're going to kind of decrease that so that way everyone can access this new stuff?
I have so many thoughts on everything you just said, but let me let Joy give her thoughts first.
I mean, they should definitely at least decrease it. I mean, just the way that it is right now at Town Hall 10. Certain things just to upgrade, it's just so long. Same, especially with the heroes. I mean, Town Hall 9, it's the exact same thing.
You have 3 accounts too, so
yeah. I mean, my Town Hall 8, I'm not on it as much as I am, especially with my Town Hall 9 and my Town Hall 10.
Mm-hmm.
I do it mainly just for wars.
What do you think of the update announcement overall, Joy?
It was interesting. I was kind of debating between if Town Hall 11 was coming out or not.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I don't know if I'm going to upgrade to Town Hall 11. If I do with my Town Hall 10, it'll be more just so for the new hero itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not even close to being max. My heroes, even with my Town Hall 10, they're low. So
yeah. No, yeah.
For me, it's definitely a debate.
Yeah.
I'll just basically be seeing when the sneak peeks come out, if it's going to be worth it or not. My Town Hall 9 for sure. Exactly. I mean, my Town Hall 9 for sure, I won't be jumping up. So
yeah, we'll definitely speculate on like how the sneak peeks might change our answers on these, but just to touch upon what Tait said. So I've had my ear to the forums and to Twitter, social media, and obviously all my clanmates and everything as far as the how people are reacting to the announcement that the big update is about Town Hall 11. And I hear what you're saying, Tate, as far as it only affecting a small amount of the community. And I think you're right in that max Town Hall 10s are actually less than 1% in the game. So that point is well received. But I think this does affect this does trickle down to everybody else, right? So I'm sure there's going to be more balancing. In fact, I know. I just obviously specifically, I don't know. I don't know the specifics, obviously, but I do know there's going to be more balancing added via the sneak peek. So it's hard not to speculate and just say, okay, new hero, new defense. That's it, But I think once it's complete, we'll have a more full picture. But assuming they do balance, I think it's really going to trickle down. Like when they brought Town Hall 10 to the game, it changed the way Town Hall 9 was played. And after, a year of Clan Wars, Town Hall 9 it seems to be the public's favorite Town Hall level. I think the potential is there for Town Hall 10 to become that. And that will all be a trickle down from Town Hall 11 and what else they add from the update. So not only that, but also strategy as far as the trickle down goes. I think the way I look at it, and I do agree with you that the content is mostly added towards the top of the games. And that's because, and I said this, I talked to Powerbang on my channel recently, and I said the same thing, but I'll say it again. That's because Town Hall, 6, 7, 8, 9, those town halls are seen as almost complete. Now, that's not to say they can't add and tweak things here and there, but it would be weird to add, add a whole new, troop or a huge dynamic to these town halls that everybody agrees right now are perfect. And so I was happy with Town Hall 11, and I'm not just saying that because I was there or because, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. A few people have said that, but generally, if you look at my track record, I've always been pretty optimistic at updates, so if you want to give me any criticism, that could be it. But I think after almost 2.5 years, I think it was overdue, and I know I'm biased because I've been at Town Hall 10 forever, but, at some point, they had to add content to the game. I love the idea of new war formats, tournament formats, but content, there's been a vacuum of content, and there's just been a dam of max level bases or close to max level bases that I think they need to release the dam and give us some more foundation to build upon for the next 2 years. So that's kind of my take. You guys know that I love to ramble, so feel free to cut in.
Well, all right.
This
if
is
you
the
don't
Ash
mind
show,
me jumping
guys.
in,
Welcome.
I got a couple things to say. First of all,
sure.
Yes, I do think Town Hall 11 is needed. But
I agree.
I feel like there is more. If Supercell is pegging this as their biggest update ever, I think there needs to be something else besides just Town Hall 11. And I do agree that Town Hall 11 will trickle down, but it needs to be more than just that. Because if Town Hall 10 is going to become balanced and become the new sweet spot, so to speak, it can't just be that you're receiving a donated troop that's one level higher. I mean, getting an extra 400 hit points on a golem or whatever isn't going to be enough to balance Town Hall 10 because it's so far out of whack currently in terms of the war community, at least. I'm not saying for the pushing community, I am not a pro. I can't speak for that. And I understand that's the difficult dichotomy that Supercell is always trying to balance between. But let
me ask you this, Tate. If they did if they added something that was more than just a level 6 golem to the game that made it easier to 3-star at Town Hall 10, would you be happy, or are you looking for more?
No, I would be happy if it was, a level 7 loon or a level 6 hog or whatever it may be, some sort of defense targeting troop, or even a new dark troop that we're not even considering. Maybe they implement a new dark troop at Town Hall 10, but currently it can't be fixed just by a donation from a Town Hall 11. That's not going to fix the game.
I agree. I think they'll be adding stuff that will fix it. It's just a matter of, I think they'll still be tweaking to come afterwards. So will it be 100%? I'm not sure, but there's other things, whether it's a new troop, new spell, more spells, stuff like that, those would be dramatic, so we'll have to see, obviously, but I think they will add something, because I agree with you. It would be kind of pointless just to add a Town Hall 11 and keep Town Hall 10 quote unquote broken. Now, I mean broken as in it's very, 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 very difficult to 3-star, not so much that it's not fun to play at.
Right.
But yeah, so Joy, are you in agreement there as far as like what are you looking for from the sneak peeks to satisfy your take on the update?
Oh boy.
Give me a list now.
Right now. Definitely, I mean, with the new Town Hall 11, and especially for the Town Hall 9s, is there going to be something for Town Hall 9s? Especially going to be able to attack Town Hall 10s in war, or is it basically just Town Hall 10s jumping up to Town Hall 11s for the new hero or a new defense or whatnot? For me personally, there's still a little bit of unbalance in the Town Hall 10, but again, I mean, all coming out with the sneak peeks, we're just gonna have to wait and see, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Ash, I wanted to ask you.
I'm kind of up in the air with it right now.
How many guys or girls in Red Elite do you think will be going Town Hall 11 after release?
Yeah, so I put out a survey. Joy, you might know the exact number, but I put out a survey Tait posts for people to try to get an idea. But as things stand now, I'm not, like I said, Joy might be able to correct me here, but I want to say we have 17 max people with max heroes and max Town Hall 10s. So I want to say all of them are planning on, in one form or another, going to Town Hall 11.
Nice.
Joy?
I mean, I don't know the exact number without having to go back and look, but I think a lot of them are. There's actually been quite a few of them that have said that they're going to go Town Hall 11 right away, like the first day.
Yeah, I think everybody is. I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think just because they're already max, and
exactly. I mean, there's still some of them that are kind of, I think, up in the air, wanting to see sneak peeks and wondering too how it's, with weight, how it's going to affect them or not.
Yeah.
But I think basically everybody is going to be jumping up to Town Hall 11.
Well,
because
I think
no
a better
harm.
question may be how many of them will go 0.5 and not drop the new Eagle and just go troops, heroes, and new hero.
That's a great question. I think that everybody. I'm curious to see what you think One Hive is going to do too after I answer this. But I think that at least me, I'm going to be a little bit gun shy. This is the first time I've ever had Clan Wars and not been a Town Hall 10.
Right.
I've always been a Town Hall 10, so I've never even had to consider. So this is going to be the first time that it's going to be strange to drop that Eagle whatever beam death thing
whatever
on
it's
the
going to
board.
be named.
Right. Yeah, because your weight's going to go up like 4,000 points or who knows how much it's going to be. But what's your feel from One Hive, Tait?
All right. Speaking with the Town Hall 10s of One Hive, we got about I think 13, 14 Town Hall 10s. Mm-hmm. There's about 4 of us that are close to max that are going to go pretty soon. Some of them are going to go day 1. I'll go as soon as I max. So depending on when it comes out, I'll go soon, immediately, or like within a month. Mm-hmm. All of us though are going to do the kind of 0.5 thing. Except I think Tim, who was just on my podcast today, actually said that he's going to drop his Eagle right away, just because it's going to thwart the Town Hall 10 attacks so drastically.
Yeah.
So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how it all pans out.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, if I can cut in for both of you guys. If there is let's just say there's another Inferno Tower or Expos or like whatever it may be. Let's say there's more defenses. How are you going to play that? Are you going to, add the Eagle and not, let's, for sake of argument, say it's in a third Inferno Tower or something, would you pick and choose, or like, how do you guys plan on going about that?
I got my answer, Joy. Go ahead.
I'm not sure. For me, I don't know. For me, it's going to be, I think for me, it's going to have to depend on the weight of the Inferno compared to the weight of the new defense. If I'm willing to upgrade.
For me, it would be simply put, how if I were trying to attack in a base, which
Yeah.
defenses would piss
Yeah.
me off the most? And it would very easily be Inferno's air defenses. So if they add a new
Yeah.
air defense or a new Inferno, those guys would go down because that would completely change how I would approach a base. So those would be the two if they were added that I would put down.
That you would go for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. You know what? The weird thing is if they add troop levels, which I'm sure they're going to, and they add a hero, which is huge, it's gonna be, you know, dare I say, easy to 3-star a Town Hall 10. So then the name of the game is, like you just said, Tate, is and Joy, you consider the weights, like Joy said,
Yeah.
and then Tate, you consider, okay, how much do I have to add to make it me not just be able to get run over by a Town Hall 11? And that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be that fine point where you just don't want to screw it up and add too much or add too little. So
Yeah,
I'm
no.
sure they're obviously, you know, it's funny. I had an interview with Daddy about a month or two ago, and he was saying that, you know, all they do for playtesting is go ahead and have the 150 Supercell employees just play the update for a month or two before it comes out. And I was shocked, but I found out that was incorrect. So, I mean, it was probably actually just like a miscommunication between Dad, or maybe I misunderstood Daddy, and I know some of the commenters did too, because a lot of people were floored by that. But actually, what they do is they do in fact allow everybody to play the update a few months before it comes out or whatever, to play test it. But they're obviously, well, I shouldn't say obvious, but they're also running, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of simulations. So there is some fine tuning that goes into this. So I think that's one of the reasons where we're seeing a little delay right now, is because there's so much being added to the game that you just want to make sure it's not a total debacle, you know. So,
Yeah.
But
when do you guys think it's going to come out? Like, I mean, Ash, you obviously are privy to more knowledge than me.
The
so,
update or the sneak peeks?
well, I guess both. So personally, I think the sneak peeks are going to be a couple week event where they'll kind of, you know, drop little crumbs on the floor every couple
Yeah.
days, and it's going to be probably like a 2 or 3 week.
That's exactly what I was
series.
thinking, about 2 to 3 weeks just for the sneak peeks before the update actually launches.
Yeah. So I'm not envisioning the actual update until Thanksgiving or later, personally.
Your Thanksgiving's late there.
Oh yeah, Joy already had Thanksgiving.
We did.
I think that it will be coming soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jonas did say extended sneak peeks on the stage at ClashCon, so that's obviously that could mean, you know, 7 sneak peeks instead of 5, or it could mean 2 full weeks. I don't know, but I would say, you know, I know they have a target date, but there's so many factors that go involved, obviously, in releasing an update. Obviously, it has to be cleared by Apple and everything else. So so I'm not sure exactly how long they'll happen, but some people are saying, you know, is it going to be by Christmas? But I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. So it's definitely going to be, you know, not too much longer of a wait. Hopefully some people are listening to this and they already know what the update is. You know?
Yeah.
But
well, both Ash and Joy, my other earlier question, I still would love to hear you guys' input on this. Do you guys think this update is going to be exclusively Town Hall 11 and its side effects, so troops and spells and whatever it may be, or do you think there's going to be some other sort of major game element that's going to come along with it? So something related to war, something related to ranking somehow, or anything else. So Ash and Joy, I mean, I don't care the order, but I'd really love to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
You can go first, Ash.
Well, you know, it's tough to answer because I think I'm pretty sure I know most of the update stuff, but I think that if I was to speculate on exactly, you know, the direction of the game is heading, I think that this was probably going to be more of a strictly content update, which is obviously the biggest they've ever had. And I don't think they'd add a whole new format, whether it be, you know, a new war format. And you know what? That's really, not only is it just, you know, me having quote unquote inside knowledge, but it's also just listening to what Jonas said at ClashCon. A lot of people aren't picking up on what he said after the big announcement. I'm not even sure if it was during his announcement or if it was afterwards in a Q&A session they had pre-recorded. But either way, he talked in depth about Clan Wars, having a faster format of Clan Wars, having a new tournament type settings, things that people were speculating on before the update was announced. And he said that what they really want is to hear from the community really loud and clear. Is that the direction that the overall community wants the game to go in? So
right, yeah. I mean, he specifically said, like, are you guys liking this?
Yeah.
Do you want to see more of this?
So by that, I would take that as a hint that it's not coming right now, you know?
Okay, it's not ready.
Joy?
I mean, for me, I think just for right now, like Ash said, it's just going to be content. Town Hall 11, if they end up doing something, probably would end up being later on, especially once everyone gets the hang of Town Hall 11, new defenses, and everything that comes with it. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, for Clan Wars, it would be nice, a little bit different format, maybe even add in some tournaments, or, I mean, gonna have to kind of wait and see. But I think this update, it's probably just purely content.
Yeah.
I mean, Town Hall 11, it's gonna be huge.
So
yeah.
Ash, I think I'm about to say what you're about to think, which is the main thing we haven't talked about yet is the new hero, and
so many of us are speculating that.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, the speculation is out of control. Did you guys? I talked about this today on my pod. I thought it was hilarious. Did you guys see the picture of the superimposed like 50 air blowers on top of the new?
Oh no, I didn't.
It's because whenever
the air sweepers.
Yeah. When they have like 50 air sweepers on the.
That's funny.
Yeah. You didn't, Ash. You didn't see that? We shared it in line.
No, I missed it.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. We were laughing about that one.
Yeah. So I mean, I know Galadon did a YouTube video. I think it was yesterday, where he said that it's going to be a support class, and if he's able to say that, because I know that you guys are under a non-disclosure agreement, it's probably true or very close to true, and
yeah.
I'm going to be very interested to see what sort of support that brings. Does that mean damage mitigation? Does that mean benefits to damage themselves, like a mini rage and an AoE around it or something like that? And I'm going to be interested to see. So Joy and Ash, I'd love to hear what you guys think about this thing.
Joey, go ahead.
Oh boy. For the new hero, I mean, a lot of people that I've been reading comments about think it's going to be. I mean, it's going to be a support hero, but I don't know. Is it going to be kind of like the other heroes, or is it going to help out our raids a little bit more? Is it going to hold back? Is it? I don't know. I'm so up in the air about this right now.
Well, I think we all are. I mean, I think I think the hero is going to be, well, since Galadon can say it, then I can say it. But yeah, it's supportive, and I think that it will. I mean, think about it. We don't have any unit in the game right now, except for the healer, that interacts with other units, unless I'm totally spacing out
you're right.
a troop. So this will be the first time we've had a unit at all, besides the healer, that actually affects other units. So it'll be really interesting to see how it works, And I think they were, even when I found out about what they had in mind for it, I think they were still fine-tuning the abilities and stuff. So I think that is, we'll have to see, is even as far as how many levels it has. I think that was still being fine-tuned. So it will be interesting. I do think that it's cool that they're making it. It looks like 99% chance they're making it elixir instead of dark elixir. So I think that actually helps the economy a little bit at the high end. But I
kind of dislike that, because
interesting.
Really.
Yeah, I mean, as a 40-40 guy, I've been burning dark for a very long time. And I'm okay, so I'm sure you guys both agree there'll probably be 50-50 at Town Hall 11. And that will take time, a couple months. But to me, it seems like, well, I don't know. I guess it depends on the real question is, will there be a new level of walls at Town Hall 11? Because if so, then I would love to save my normal elixir to spend on that. But if I can actually just use my normal elixir on the new hero, I would be totally cool with that.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that there's a couple answers to that. Number one is I don't think they. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think they'd add walls with so much other stuff on the plate right now. But I think maybe in the future, because
Yeah.
it would make sense to have like a matching art theme, right? But as far as adding walls, I don't think they would add walls with all this other stuff, especially if they're going to add more defenses and stuff like that. But with that said, I think that one of the reasons why it's elixir based instead of dark elixir based is because they're anticipating what we're going to talk about in just a second here, but they're anticipating I think people with non-max bases hopping up to Town Hall 11, and that would mean non-max heroes. That way you could simultaneously farm at least 2 heroes at once.
I mean, for me personally, being a Town Hall 10 and not having max heroes, using elixir on the new hero, it'll help huge.
And that will make you want to upgrade, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I have to go and spend the dark elixir on the new hero, how are us non-max Town Hall 10s going to be able to upgrade the existing heroes that we have now? So for me, using the elixir to upgrade the new hero, it's going to help huge.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I guess this is a good segue right into why don't you guys tell me? I'm curious to see what you guys think. Is there any let's hypothetically say they add some new defenses and some new troop levels scattered about all the way from 9, 10, and 11, but nothing overly dramatic other than that. Is there any downside to going all the way from Town Hall 8 or Town Hall 9, to Town Hall 11 to get the new hero and not upgrade your defenses at all?
You're talking like a Mega 0.5 or something.
Yeah, like a 9.5.5. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I mean, if you're a completely max Town Hall 9, then maybe. I mean, yeah, I think you could go from Town Hall 9 to Town Hall 11 just to get the new hero. But then it's using that elixir to get the new hero and upgrade it, but also upgrade your offense troops. So I don't know. I'm in the air with that.
Yeah, so you're saying
it's gonna be.
So you're saying like when you're ready to go 9.5, which for those of you who don't know what 0.5 is, basically what I just said. It's you're upgrading your Town Hall level, not touching your defenses. That helps keep you low on the war map.
Keep you low, but just upgrade your troops.
Yeah, you have that offensive advantage without that defensive liability when it comes to your clan's war weight. It helps make your matchups a little bit more manageable. So you're, I guess Tait, I'd love to get your thoughts on this too, but like I'm thinking I'm just going to advocate people when they're ready to go 9.5, just hop up to 10.5. I mean, unless something dramatically is different than I'm anticipating. Tait, what do you think?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Joy, I love the way you say the word elixir. It's very cool.
Me too.
Can you say it again? It's like cool.
Elixir?
Yeah, there's like some sort of cool.
It's like an elixir.
Yeah, there's a little elixir going. I like it. Yeah. So I was thinking. I mean, personally, if the hero is as strong as I think it will be, I see a lot of people skipping. Yeah. There are other games, I know I play Rival Kingdoms, where people skip up because the offensive capabilities are more important than the defensive ones. And I can see that starting to happen potentially if this hero and maybe the troop levels that are associated with Town Hall 11 come out. And, I was just speaking of the fact that there are so few people that are actually max Town Hall 10. So maybe that's their way of foregoing the ridiculous 9-month, year, 2-year, whatever farming time. If people can access it, then maybe they'll just jump up and do it, and it'll just kind of open up a different dynamic to the game that we weren't envisioning previously in Clash, because we've been so ingrained on the max before you go format.
Yeah, it's a good point. it's going to be really interesting, but like I can't see any downside. I can't think of anything they could add to the game that would make me change my stance on that, you know? I mean, I'm sure there is. I just can't see it, but
Yeah.
you know, like even if they, you know, unless they, I mean, obviously the huge caveat here could be what if they just change the weighing system, you know, where they just make town halls count for something, you know?
Or troop levels and hero levels
Yeah.
weigh a lot heavier.
Yeah. I mean, that could be the answer, but I don't know if I see that coming, you know, but I don't know. It certainly could be, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's a question. Do you think this affects people? Because I'm sure we have other listeners other than just 9 and 10 and, you know, maybe 11 someday. But do you think this affects Town Hall even 8? Like, should they, when they're ready to go 9, should they just start hammering, like you said, rival kingdoms? Should they just start rushing their Town Hall up? Does that change the whole
Right,
dichotomy?
just, you know,
Yeah.
drop an Archer Queen, drop whatever the new hero is, the walking air blower or whatever it may be, and just
Now that is crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think there's anything that I can anticipate that would cause me not to say that. So I'm gonna,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't know.
we'll have to see what the sneak peeks are. But I think I'm gonna start telling people on my channel that you know, as soon as we see them, I think I'm gonna start saying, think about going to Town Hall 11. Think about rushing to Town Hall 11. So,
which is funny because
Tell
it's
everybody
been
that.
it's been like 2 years and everyone's, you know, don't rush.
I know,
Oh, yeah.
I know. That will
Oh,
set
that
me up
was
beautifully.
that was my biggest thing, was rushing. Going
Yeah.
from Town Hall 6, rushing to Town Hall 7, and then rushing straight to Town Hall 8. And that took me, oh boy. That took me, I would say, about 7 months just at Town Hall 8.
Wow. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I rushed good, so I mean.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
I want to ask both you guys, particularly Ash, but I know that Joy, you can comment on this as well. I was kind of interested on the vibe actually being at ClashCon. So, Joy, I'm assuming you watched either the YouTube videos after or watched some of it live. And
Yeah, I
Ash, I know
watched
you
live.
were. Yeah, I watched a lot of it live, and Ash, I know you were there. So I just kind of want to get your guys, I guess, feedback on how the event was, just watching it live or being there. So, Joy, what did you think when you were watching it?
For me personally, and I know some others as well, disappointment. A lot of it was based just on the wars. It would have been nice to have seen, you know, more of the workshops, and the only one good thing for me was watching the panel and hearing everybody else having their input on everything.
Yeah, I really thought, I agree with you, Joy, that it didn't translate great over over the Twitch stream and everything. And I think it's because they were focusing on the war, and the war attacks were, you know, everyone knows weren't stellar. And but everyone I've spoken to who was there says how amazing it was on the sides with everything else going on. So Ash,
well, I mean, it's because you're there. But for us watching
no, we didn't see it though. Like,
exactly.
I mean, I was told about, you know, like when you walk in, there's like a smoke machine that looks like a little hourglass moving around, like you're searching, and there's like a 3D version of your base, and there's like all this crazy cool stuff that none of us got to see. So, Ash, like,
I mean, it's kind of funny too. It's like, even just with us online, some of our members and leaders from our alliance clans were there, and they took some videos and kind of showed us around, just so that we can kind of have the feeling that we were there.
Yeah, it was, well, so I was there 3 or 4 days before the actual event, just not in Finland, but rather actually at the you know, the venue. So it was unbelievable. If you have a chance, go to Clash of Clans YouTube channel, their official YouTube channel, and go to the Making of ClashCon, just to see all the work that went into it behind the scenes. And they do, you know, one of those fast panel things that shows, you know, from 0 to 100. So it was really cool. A lot went into it, and the visuals were amazing. You can see some of that translated to the stream, but I agree with you guys, from everything I've heard, that people weren't expecting. I think it was a game of expectations. I don't think the general audience was expecting to see just the announcement and then just another live stream war type event, even though the actual event itself was about much more than that. Besides the panels, like Joy and Tait said, you didn't get a feel for exactly what was going on there that great. There was some pre-recorded things here and there, and they had some live on the grounds. But I think going forward, they're gonna, hopefully they're gonna see the feedback from the community and change that, because being there was awesome. I mean, I think hopefully, I've been saying this for a week now. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have the video footage, hopefully from one of my workshops. But oh my god, going in, I was a little skeptical as to, okay, a workshop, like they had written down next to my name, teach Lava Lunion, right? So I was just like, oh geez, like how many people who traveled thousands of miles are gonna want to hear me blab about Lava Lunion, So when I got there, I changed it to Go La Loon, and when I was there, it was just, I was stunned by how many people really, 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 really wanted to learn there at ClashCon. And this is just one little thing. This is my experience, because I did 5 workshops throughout the day, so 45 minutes long. So that was what I was doing most, besides the panel. That's what I was doing over and over and over again. And
didn't you say you ran out of headphones or whatever for the guests?
I think they had 60 or so headsets, because I would speak in a microphone, and they had headsets they could listen to. And all of my workshops, we ran out of headsets. So that shows, if there was only 1,200 people there, I had about, almost 10% there to every single workshop. And it was a pretty large venue. So it was really popular. And I was just so surprised by how many people were engaging, asking questions. I would stop a video, because I played a couple of my tutorial videos as the backdrop to help the converse, to start out the workshop. And so anyway, without getting too much into the nitty-gritty of the actual workshops, they were really cool. They had a pretty large audience, surprisingly large. Everybody was engaging. It was crazy. It was like a Twitch stream, where everybody's like, rate my base, rate my base, rate my base. But instead of rate my base, it was just a million questions that anytime I would leave my little area, people would be like, Ash, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? What do you think of this attack? What do you think of that? So everybody was really engaging. And then as far as obviously the food was great. There was free, not free because you paid for the ticket, but there was all you can eat, pretty quality food and drink, and Red Bulls, whatever you wanted.
Right.
And then as far as all the side things, it's hard to translate some of those to the stream. Like the virtual reality was definitely my favorite of them all, and that's when it was really cool. You put on I'd never had a virtual reality experience before. But you put on the goggles, and basically you're on top of an archer tower defending the village with 2 kind of what's the word? I don't know. Smart aleck archers, making funny comments throughout the battle. And it's pretty cool because it's one of those, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows what 3D reality is, but it's one thing talking about it and one thing actually being in it, where you can just look up in the sky and there's dragons flying, or look on the ground and you're the bottom of the archer tower. So that was about 2 to 3 minutes long. So there was a long line for that. So that was one thing I did hear, that there were all the little side events were really cool, or side, I don't know what you call them, but side attractions were really cool. But the lines for some of them were pretty long. So I think going forward, I wrote up a really long email, like a novel, just giving my feedback. And that was one of the things I told them, that, all the activities were awesome, but probably either more or find a way to spread them out a little bit more, because the lines were pretty crazy. But that's good, because it shows interest too at the same time. Right. So anyway, that's my that's my long summary of what it was like to be at ClashCon. It was really cool. It was, and I think the guys that hosted the live element of the stream did a great job with what they had. As far as Pat, Galadon, and Molt. So it was good. I think it will only improve. I do think they do hopefully have intentions of doing it again next year. So it will be cool. I'm sure they learned a lot.
Joy, if you don't mind me, I got one more question specifically for Ash, which is who was the most impressive drinker among the YouTubers?
Oh, that's a great question.
So I think in terms of podcasters, it would definitely be me. I know I can handle my booze, so I'd be interested to hear
not me.
These guys. Everybody was. No one got sloppy drunk, so unfortunately, I don't have any good drunk crazy stories. No good rumor stuff going on there for you. But that's not to say that we couldn't handle our alcohol. We did pretty well.
Nice.
I think that let's see, I don't know, Pat and Galadon, the two live streamers, hung pretty well, So
Nice.
Wow.
I guess it would be a toss up between Pat and
Between the
Galadon
two?
off the top of my head. Yeah.
See, for some reason I thought it was
Wow.
gonna be Godson. I don't know why.
No,
but-
it's surprise. It's so crazy because everybody, when you meet them in real life, you just expect exactly what you hear on their channel, or because obviously you just, I don't know, it's the only interaction you ever have with them, right? So I just expected everybody to fit that cookie cutter image I had for them, and Godson's like a wicked quiet, unassuming, humble guy, like cool guy, but like he's quiet and it's just funny. Then you hear like and then like Galadon is like he's a little bit louder than he appears. Like, well, I guess he doesn't appear quiet on his channel, but like people who you think would be like I said, like Godson, I was like, oh man, when Godson comes, he's gonna bring the party, because he came a little bit late. And I'm like, he's gonna bring the party, and he's just like, just really chill, and he's like, whatever.
On
He never
Twitter,
brought it.
everyone was saying like whenever Godson was on the stream that he seemed like he was going through like anxiety issues or something. Like he was struggling
I don't think
to
so.
be
You know
alive.
what? I think just the opposite. I think he's just so cool and collected that he's just like, yeah, what up, guys?
Yeah.
It might have came off that way, but like he's a cool dude. Yeah, I really got along well with Godson.
I'm jealous,
and-
man. That must have been
yeah.
quite an experience.
Nah, it's really
I'm
cool.
jealous.
Yeah.
They need to have it closer to here.
Oh,
I know.
God.
I think they're looking into hopefully moving it, to a different location next year. I mean, that's up in the air still. Obviously, there's no set location, but if they do it again, I think they're considering moving it to, a more centralized location, whether it be somewhere like, in like London-ish or New York or San Francisco, something like that.
Yeah,
bigger
a lot of people
Yeah.
saying San Fran because they have a satellite.
office. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of sad, kind of bummed out that not everybody got to experience what I did on the ground. But like I said, hopefully they got little bits and pieces here and there, and hopefully they do it. Even they're able to translate that even smoother next year. But yeah, that was my take on Clash. But I guess we can kind of go ahead and wrap it up here. I guess we've been talking for quite a while. So I guess my last question for you guys would be if there's any, if you could add one element to the sneak peek that's not huge, like is there one quality of life thing that you think would be great to add to the game? Because, that's one thing that I don't know about. Like they said there's going to be an extended sneak peek, and they're going to have increased tweaks and stuff like that. Like my thing, I'll go ahead and answer first, give you guys time to think. But my thing is I love more levels on stuff. I'm like one of those grinding freaks, like from my MMO days, I guess. So, one thing I want to see is maybe an increased clan perk level and perhaps more perks. or more in-depth perks. Because I just like having that, I like having the bar or the carrot, just far enough ahead of you that you're always, trying to get higher. So that's like one of my smaller tweaks that I'd really like to see them add to the game. Tait?
Okay, yeah. So I completely agree. I think currently the town hall or the level 10 clan perk is obsolete, barring the new town hall 11, which will make it all very relevant again. So yes, that, and one of the ideas that you brought up before with speaking with you, and I think it's a great idea, would be some sort of usage perk in some way, shape, or form. So let's say you're using a heal spell over and over again. Maybe after 1,000 uses, it goes up by 1%, or something minor like that, where it gets.
That would be cool.
Yes, so there's some sort of benefit to.
My dream, Tait. That's my dream. Is individualized, like small leveling of spells and troops. It'd be so cool.
Yeah, I'm totally
Small
down
leveling.
with that.
Well, because right now everything's upgrade,
Yeah.
but nothing's leveling. I
Yeah,
really
I know.
want leveling added to the trooper spell level. That's something I really want to see. Tait has an even cooler idea. You might as well go ahead and give you your platform for your awesome idea as well. So, do I need to say it, or do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I've always thought this. I think like a raid boss system, like where you and all of your clan can log on at the same time. You guys jump on TeamSpeak or on any sort of voice platform, and you guys are all planning against a raid base, and so there are 30 Inferno towers, and you have to coordinate your attacks all together and try to coordinate the dropping of the spells. Because to me, it just reminds me of the extreme joy I got out of playing World of Warcraft when you actually successfully beat this insanely tuned and difficult final boss. I think that would be so much fun, because currently when you're doing a war, there obviously there's a lot of fun when you actually get the triple or you get the 2-star, whatever it is you're shooting for, but it's not quite the same as a coordinated event where all of you guys are doing something at the same time. So people have asked me, did you have more fun playing WoW or playing Clash? And my answer will always be playing WoW, just because there was something to the camaraderie of doing it together that cannot be duplicated by individual.
I love the idea. I love that so much.
That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what kind of a nightmare it would be to code something like that? But I mean, geez, on a phone or whatever. But God, it would be so cool if they ever could implement anything like that. And who knows if this game's around for a few more years? Who knows the direction? But that would be so awesome. Joy, do you?
I mean, I agree with both of you, especially with the perks. I mean, with Town Hall 11 coming, it would be nice, just to have a little bit more on there.
Yeah, no, I think it would definitely just keep giving us stuff to shoot for, because we're fiends for that kind of stuff. So,
if you guys don't mind, I got a couple questions from my Bindle group. One of them is from White Shark, who asks, Ash, who on the panel impressed you, and what was your favorite moment of the ClashCon?
Oh, wow. Who on the panel impressed me? Well, I think that, let's see. I think that Locke impressed me. He was sitting to my right, because even though he's not a hardcore warrior, he's the great Locke he's a forum moderator. So he's basically, these forum moderators don't get enough credit, I'll tell you, because these guys are on the forums it's unbelievable. They're almost like reporters, because they know they have their ear to the street, so to speak, and they really know everything that's trending or going on or hot topics in the game. So his overall knowledge of the community is really, second to none. So he brought a valuable insight, and I'm not sure if that all got translated well on the the brief panel we had, especially with 5 of us on there. But he impressed me a lot with just his overall knowledge of everything in the game. He knew about farmers alliances all the way down to the difference between hardcore war clans and the more general audience. A lot of people don't realize that with those panels, we're not speaking to just one small demographic. We're speaking to the entire Clash community. So you really have to get a good mix of talking about in depth, they use Clash Caller and TeamSpeak versus more broad 10 versus 10 wars in a small clan. So, but he impressed me with his overall knowledge of everything, and Alvaro as well. He's the biggest Spanish speaking YouTuber in I want to say maybe not in the world, but definitely in Clash of Clans. He has over 800.
I was going to say, what's the subs at? Yeah, is he
over 800,000? And he not only is it 800,000, but he gets, as far as viewer interaction, Twitter and community interaction, he's probably the top, I would say. As far as comments per video, likes per video, and stuff like that. He's huge, absolutely huge. Wow. It's funny because we took a picture together, and it went on Twitter. I got tagged in it, and literally in an hour, it was at 150 likes and retweets or whatever. And I was or less than that. And I was like, wow, this guy's audience is crazy. But yeah, he's huge and he's really knowledgeable. But I think him as the moderator, I think he had a lot to bring to the conversation where he wasn't able to add to, because he was spending most of the time questioning. So I think maybe we'd do things a little bit differently as far as the format of that panel, because I think a lot of what Alvaro would have brought to the table would have been better, maybe talking more about war. But anyway, I digress. My favorite moment of ClashCon was probably it's hard to say one. This is really corny, but I guess my favorite moment would be a couple came up to me and said that they really love my channel, and they gave me the usual thanks for what you do and stuff, and then they had a small maybe a 5-minute conversation about their autistic child, and how Clash kind of how Clash kind of relates to everything, and how they use that as a common point to relate to their child. And my brother's autistic, who I have legal custody over, so it's like really it really hit home to me, and that was in my Clash Con bio. So they kind of sought me out just to talk about that. So I don't know, it was kind of, like I said, a little bit of a heartwarming, corny moment, but it was certainly probably my favorite moment of Clash Con.
That's great. Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Ash, same thing. If you don't mind, I'll just do my little. I just jotted down 5 and 5. If you guys are cool with that.
Sure.
Joy, can I ask you the question first? You ready?
Sure.
Get ready.
All
Brace
right.
yourself.
These are. I just made these up while we were talking, so these are completely random. All right. Question 1, Joy. Would you rather be a grizzly bear or a mountain lion, and why?
Oh boy, a grizzly bear or a mountain? Honestly, I don't know.
Gotta pick one.
Such a random question.
You gotta go.
You gotta pick one.
You're not really gonna turn into it, so it's not a huge pressure.
I don't know. Maybe a mountain lion.
All right.
Good choice.
What about you, Ash?
I'm gonna also go with the mountain lion. I think it's a little bit more mobile, and it still is fierce, I think. So I'm gonna go mountain lion. Sounds more badass.
Yes.
Oh, it sure does.
All right, Ash. Question 2. This one I like a little better. What is your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Well, stuffing for sure. That's no brainer. That counts as a side, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
All right,
It's
stuffing, no brainer for me.
All right, what about you, Joy?
The same.
Really?
Copycat.
Yeah.
See, I'm
no,
a mashed potato guy. I love me some carbs. I guess here's a side question: white meat or dark meat, guys?
Dark.
White.
Ooh, I'm a dark. Like my girlfriend's
freaks.
house, they bring over both of the gigantic the what's it called? The drumsticks, and that's all I need. That pretty much puts me down.
Oh man, you guys are weird. Two darks. Jeez.
You're weird.
No, white is where it's at.
All right, Joy. This one is from one of the people on my Bindle group, Dracos. He asks, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Oh boy, one food. That's a good question. I gotta think.
See, I think you got to go with something that's kind of versatile. So you got to hit like a pizza where you can kind of alter the toppings or like something like that.
Pizza? No. No, I'd probably go with steak.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Wow, Joy.
What about you, Ash?
Well, I got asked this question on one of my. I know it's too many episodes I've been on, Tait, that it's starting to repeat these. But
I think I've heard you answer one before.
Yes.
Yeah. Last time I chose mac and cheese, but you see, I've learned from my mistakes, and now I'm gonna go with a filet mignon. I'm gonna raise it up a notch.
So good.
Because I wouldn't want to cook it, but you know what? I'm so lazy that I'm thinking. My thought process behind the mac and cheese was, you know what? Nice and easy to cook.
Easy work, yeah.
I'm assuming we're going to have a chef in this scenario.
Yeah.
Going to go top notch.
All right.
No, steak for sure.
Ash.
Tait, are you going to answer? Or?
Oh, I would go. I'd probably go like a sub or something like that. Like I said, something I can like customize. Yeah, something I could like change the fillings and stuff and just kind of get like a variety into it.
Sub.
Yeah.
Womp.
I know.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
All right, here's a good one. All right, Ash, if for the rest of your life you had to choose one of these two, you only wear clothes that were 100% covered in glitter, or have to speak in a Cajun accent for the rest of your life, even if you don't know how to do one.
So I would be pretending to speak in a Cajun accent, or would I just acquire this?
No, you just have to like do your best.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the. Ooh, geez, I think I'm gonna go with the. Oh boy, this is a tough one. I gotta say, because before I want to. Yeah. This is a real tough one. You know what? I'm gonna go with the glitter and hope I just can own it. Hope I can own it, because fashion is like, if you can own it, right? It's all good. So I'll try to be Prince and
rock it, man.
Try something a little out there.
What about you, Joy?
Probably the Cajun accent. eventually
Nice.
you'll end up getting it down, and yeah.
It'll
Probably the
just be
smart
you.
answer there.
Exactly.
All right, Joy. Would you rather have 15-inch fingers or 15-inch toes?
What? What?
Glad it's only fingers and toes for the option.
What kind of question is that?
It's off my crazy brain.
My gosh, probably fingers.
Yeah, that's a real
Yeah.
tough one. You don't want to get in. You don't want to interfere in your clashing, right? So fingers would really be a huge dilemma there. Hopefully
Actually, yeah.
toes.
I don't know.
Hopefully toes. You could kind of get like size 22 Shaquille O'Neal's shoes and make that happen.
Yeah, but
So
if,
I'm gonna go toes.
if it's the toes, well, then I won't be able to wear my shoes anymore.
Well, yeah, you're
Yeah,
a
you'd have
female.
to
You
get
gotta
custom
really
shoes or
worry about
something.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tate,
All right,
you
well,
want to answer your crazy question?
Yeah, you gotta
I'd go
answer
with
them too.
the toe. Well,
Ew.
I don't know, man. I go back and forth. So obviously the toes would be slightly less noticeable because they're down on your feet,
Ew.
but they would also probably like really mess up your balance and like moving around and stuff. Like I can imagine like way easier that they get crushed by something or get like injured. So I'll probably say fingers. I feel like I could accommodate easier for those. I don't know though. That's a tough one.
Yeah, because if you got to figure your fingers like what 4 inches or so.
Yeah.
So then you're rocking like over almost 5 times your finger. yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a tough one.
you'll still be able to clash.
Yeah, you're bringing the heat here. I don't know. These are tough. I'm gonna go toes.
Anyway, so all right, Ash, go ahead, close it up.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening to our serious and fun antics. It was great talking to you guys. Love talking to Joy for the first time. Like I said, she's become kind of like a cult figure on the YouTube channel, and I know she has a lot of fans. And Tate, as always, awesome reaching out and talking to you. And I look forward to talking to you more in the future, my friend. Keep it up with the podcast, SNH Podcast. Why don't you guys tell a little bit about your social media? You guys know you can find me at Clash with Ash on YouTube or at Clash_with_Ash on Twitter. Hashtag Clash with Ash on Bindle. Tate?
Yeah, so my Twitter is SNH Podcast. Email is snhpodcast@gmail.com. And my Bindle group is hashtag SNH Podcast. And yeah, just a quick shout out to all the One Hive guys and all my previous guests and stuff. If you want to get at me and come on an episode coming up, I'd love to hear from you guys. So go ahead, Joy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Joy, I know Joy, I know you have Twitter. Is that public or is that just private?
For the moment, it's just private, but you never know.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure to announce on my channel if Joy has some sort of way you can contact her. But I know she does read all the comments on my YouTube, so if you want to talk to her, maybe drop a line there. But okay, guys, it was a great time. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Bye, guys.
User in your channel stopped recording.
All right.